At some point in your Constellation playthrough, you will be approached by Mr. Stroud, and he will ask you to head over to his star yard and see if you can help his design team make up their frickin' mind about the latest ship they're gonna build. Because they're all out of conflict. One person wants a science vessel, another person wants a cargo vessel, another person wants another fighter ship, which are common and probably impractical. Another person wants did I say science vessel already? One wants a family ship. One wants a family ship, and another wants a luxury, expensive ship. And in my personal playthrough of this lore, or my personal lore of this mission, I sit down with these people, I say, okay, listen, buds, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to get you the kitchen sink budget, and then we're not going to build one ship. We're going to build a line, a whole line of ships, 5 ships, one to stretch each one of those itches, satisfy the needs of all the customers. And then, the luxury people are going to be flying around in a Kepler, and then the normal people are going to be like, is there a Kepler I can afford? Yes, there is. This is the Common Joe's family vessel. Wrong way. The Kepler SV. Ha 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 ha. Oh boy. Now, if we can't come to make up our mind on what we're going to be building, we end up with the Kepler R, which is realistically a piece of crap, even though it obviously awards opportunities for the average shipbuilder to acquire a Class C ship. I guess early in the game, if you hammered through your Constellation playthrough, but I did this all at post level 60. So I'm able to do whatever I want with shipbuilding. And that's what I did when I went over to Stroud. And you're going to notice the color scheme, the very Dog's Breathix color scheme. And I'm pretty sure it's going to be obvious to a lot of viewers what this is based on. The good old National Lampoons friggin' Family Truckster or whatever it's called. That car. We got the brown, we got the freaking green, and we got the yellow. Trying to simulate some wooden side panels, even though there's not going to be wood, but maybe those cushy heat shieldings there could be the wood parts. Now, one significant aspect of this vessel, one very, is its price. Because you see, all my other vessels, they came in at a rather high price. Let me refer to my notes here. The stock Kepler KS that you end up with in the ideal ending of this scenario is $153,000. This one comes in at a retail value of $171,121. Only, less than $20,000 more than the stock Kepler, and the stock Kepler isn't even complete. It doesn't have weapons. You know what I mean? Let us, for the sake of argument, delete our weapons here. And actually, this doesn't matter because I have to actually, we can do that if I go accept modifications and then I go talk to freaking Stroud. Wrong button.
Can help you if you need
Stroudy boy here.
But it has
and I go to let's see your ships.
Absolutely.
And then I go to sell and why did Bethesda make that a thing? Yeah, it's sold for $29,000, but you can see the retail price there. $129,000. Mean it's actually cheaper and more affordable than the stock Kepler. See, we find that out by selling it to Buddy and then seeing how much they list it for to actually rebuy it. That's how I got all that data. My version of the family ship is cheaper than the stock Kepler, which is a success, and I got to put frickin' a little bit of weapons on it. While we're back at post reload, I'm going to show you the inside of the ship. We'll get that done right quick, starting with the compartmentalized entry points, because you see, there's going to be children running around. We want to make this ship as safe as possible. See, right there. See? We have a child literally running around right now. I didn't want to have any open holes or any ladders to climb. There is a ladder for access, but they can't go much higher than that. They can't go any lower than that. We changed the landing bay so that it's direct access. You know, the tail landing bay is cool if you want to go directly into a certain hab. I like it in my cargo ship so I can go right into my workshop. Otherwise, I do kind of like the other landing bays that kind of ladder you right into the main level, so you don't have any climbing to do once you've gotten into the ship. And that's what we have here, a Demios landing bay. Boom, we're right into here, and then the docker's right there. We didn't do the Stroud docker on top of a companionway or a storage room. We just did a Demios docker that again brings you right into the main level. And then of course, you know, we got a little bit of storage here, but for extra safety, I'm sure the parrots could just like close this door, and there might be some locking mechanisms. Be okay, kitties, you stay out of there while the ship is in operation. But then, of course, that comes right into a living area, the Stroud living area. This is a family ship. We need the living area. There's a washroom there. There's water. There's a toaster oven. There's a nice couch where they can chill. They're missing a TV. Like, the kids like their television, right? I don't know where they're planning them. I guess they'll sit around the table here and they can watch a movie up there. A little bit of chill area. And then of course, if we head, the living area is nice because if you stack it just, of course you're gonna walk in my way. You're gonna block my friggin' door. If you stack it just right, it has these general access channels that can bring you into the other habs. Now, can you please, like, can you maybe, okay, they need a little bit smarter of NPC, like, get out of the way mechanics. We go through there. Oh, there's another washroom. That's good. Hey, it's the all-in-one berth. Now, the all-in-one berth gives us some extra curricular food-making capabilities, even though they might not necessarily be used depending on the family. But if maybe it's a party bus and you're bringing guests with you, it might be nice for them to cook up some of their own coffee while the host is still sleeping in after a drunken night on a strange planet. Use your imagination. 4 beds and a washroom. That's the key points here. Now, if we head through the next little channel tunnel here towards the front of the ship, we've got a Stroud 2x1 living area, which is essentially our family kitchen dining room in this case, because we got our...
How are you?
Can we open that door? No, that's K7. You can't open K7s. We have a proper kitchen area, a proper buffet table. Yeah, you'd cook some food and then put it here, and then people can serve themselves. The family will sit here. You know, it's ideally outfitted for a family of 4. But we do have bedding capacity for 6, even though there's no actual washroom here. If you need to go leak or something, you're going to have to come back here. Little bit of oversight in the living area. Like, they should have put like a washroom right here. But, you know, you can't win them all. We do get 2 washrooms, which for a family household is workable. And of course that goes to the cockpit, and we're not expecting a big crew. We got seats. Like, we might be able to sit some kiddies here and just be like, okay, strap in, we're going to thing. We don't want you far away while we're piloting the ship. I don't know. Maybe if you do have 4 children, parents could sleep here. Use your imagination again, because one of the great things about this ship is I don't think anyone is actually going to care. This is not a player ship. Nobody playing the game is actually going to realistically use this in particular ship, right? This is all just RP fantasy at this point. This is all just lore. This is the family ship. People could watch their favorite celebrities flying around in a Kepler SS. They can know that there's certain hardcore frickin' privateers out there flying SXs. And then, you know, there's scientists using the SC, and there's working men using the SC, or did I say SC? I meant SE for the science vessel. This is the average Joe ship. $171,000 affordable as far as ships go, especially when you calculate the scale of inflation in this particular world. That's probably equivalent to... Well, I kind of move a decimal point, just assume everything's like... just like a decimal point more. I don't know. Either way, I think if we could all actually buy spaceships in the real life, people would swing a couple $100,000. Like, how much do people pay for those RVs? Like those fancy big RVs. They're probably not cheap. But that's it. That's all we got. A living area, a dining room, a sleeping area. It was complained there wasn't enough room for people on ships. And yeah, if you got a ship like the Frontier, or even the, like, it's too small. Small little family ships, okay, I guess they're affordable. But if you want a posh family ship from frickin' Stroud Eklund, here it is. And then we go out the compartmentalized docking area. Let's go take a look at the outside. So the specs aren't going to be incredible, and they're maybe even going to be a little bit OP for what needs to be a family ship. Max crew of 4, because again, family of 4, bonus 2 seats, even though the kids don't really count as family. That's just kind of like the default crew we end up going. The only ship that doesn't have 30 light year range, 27, should get you from, you know, a main city where a family might reside to a vacation spot where they might want to camp on a safe nearby planet with a proper atmosphere, or maybe a quick trip to Paradiso. I don't know. Why would you need this ship if you're going to Paradiso? You jump there in 5 minutes. You don't need sleeping facilities. 27 should cover most of those bases. We kept a lot of the stock Kepler aesthetic, except we reduced our fuel tank count, and we just wanted it to look nice, so we gave ourselves some nice lines with these Nova Galactic cowlings that meld with the fuel tanks that they gave us to work with. We kept the full nacelle configuration. We kept this configuration. Again, stock on all of the Kepler series is a front braking engine. On the back, we removed some of the extra crap. We have the same engine bracers that we had before. And here is the docker, which we have turned a Deimos docker into a Stroud docker, which I will show you how I do that later. We do have a little bit of Hope Tech here. We got rid of the pipes and we just put this aft nose just to kind of finish off that boring section. We got windows across the back. You kind of need that on a family ship. Here we have one glitched into there, which actually I forgot to show you that while we were inside the ship. It works rather well. And the Deimos docker, just for ergonomics internally, protrudes out the back of the ship. But you know, between the engine and the pipes and what we had before on the stock Kepler, well, we already had our protrusions. Now, we changed out the engines because the stock engines were Class B. That's something else that's significant about this ship. It's the only one in the Kepler series that's a Class A, because we need the individual, the average Joe, to be able to fly it. So we kept it simple, which means we needed some good Class A engines. And of course, just to keep this ship popular with people so that it has similar aesthetics and feature sets as the more expensive ones, we're using the Slayton Aerospace engines. That's on the SS and the SX. Now, the SS gets a 6-pack of the highest end ones. These are the 4110s. The highest end ones you get are right here, the 4330s. We have the 10s, the 20s, the 30s. But that's fine because you can see we still manage 100 mobility and 150 top speed. This thing is, again, a little OP for the average family. You almost maybe want to offer a cheaper version of it with less mobility. If we did, okay, we'll just say for the sake of argument, if we were going to do a different variation of this, we could go up to the 4330s. I'm pressing the wrong button. Get a pair of 4330s. Come on, pressing the wrong buttons again. We can get 57 mobility. We get a boost in jump range because we have less weight. Is 57 going to be enough? Well, okay. That was just a little experiment doing right here. We'll stick with the plan. It's going to be a fast ship. It's going to be a fast ship. These families can pride themselves in having something that's pretty much faster than as fast as the luxury ship. The luxury ship, of course, needs more engine because it has more weight, more cargo, more feature sets, stuff like that. This one doesn't need as much engine because it's a light as frig ship. Only 1240 cargo, which is not an insignificant amount of cargo. You can do a lot with 1240 cargo. And, you know, the family's going to have to be able to bring supplies and stuff with them, but I doubt they need to hump a lot of stuff. 1240 should be enough for a family to be able to move about. And of course, down at the bottom, we just have a whole bunch of Stroud mid-bracers and cowling pieces. There's a good chance. Where did I hide it? Where did I hide the cargo bays? Oh boy. Ah, there it is. One single. Pantopitsis 1000. So that's a 1000 cargo bay, plus there's probably 240 in the cockpit, which is not their highest end. I think that's probably the one that it comes with. I don't think I changed that. Of course, as is standard with the Kepler series of ships, we're hiding the engineering components. We've got a little R3000 Alpha Grav Drive. 23 jump thrust, which I guess with my buffs brings us up to 27. Still not 100% sure how the grav jumping works in this show because like it's always a little bit more than I see depending on the weight. It's like if your ship's light, you could get farther with a lesser, but then again, maybe my buffs. And then hiding in here, we have the reactor. I can't remember what reactor came stock on the Kepler now. We decided to use one of these cute Xiang Tokamaks X250 with only 26 power generated. I wanted to give them enough power because this, you know, this is the Stroud Eklund advantage. We have enough power to run all the systems on this ship without much trouble. And it hides nicely in here. We do have some ridges, but we have no clipping glitches. We do unfortunately have clipping glitches here that cannot be helped, but I decided it was a small price to pay for the aesthetic I was going for. And of course we hide a shield generator in there. Class A, 600. Absolutely not a combat ship whatsoever. We did not tool it for that. We gave them 600 shield so that they could have enough shield to jump away. That's the plan we're going for here. If they get attacked, they run. Plain and simple. Period. However, we did give them weapons. We did, kind of. Granted, people who try to use these weapons when they should be lining up a grav jump might, you know, they might have a hard time. But we gave them something. We can delete the weapons and give them not weapons. You need to jump away. But if we are going to give them weapons, actually, how much? Do I lose all my cargo capacity if I delete the weapons? Yeah. Yeah, we're probably going to go down to 2 crew. Yeah. So that's fine. 2 crew just for the parents. Now, of course, and I guess these free states that we have here where we can practically buy automatic rifles at the corner store, this world, this universe that this game exists in is kind of absurd and how easy it is to get armament. We might have the occasional family cowboy which thinks they can hold up their own. So, hey, if you want to purchase weapons to put on this ship, go right ahead. Maybe get a slightly better reactor to run them. Because, like, again, under duress, in a combat situation, do you think you're going to be able to, like, do all the power management? The average Joe goes their entire life without never getting into an emergency like that. What's your deal? assuming the average person doesn't want to kill, wants to defend themselves, is in dire straits, maybe can't grav jump, wants some last resort, well, we did give them EMPs. 31. They're Class A EMPs. I didn't want to give them the expensive ones that kick out 47, but these are 31, and there's 4 of them, so that's not insignificant. So we got max power on our EMPs. So assuming the average Joe flying their family around with their children watching do not want to just straight up murder and blow up a ship that's attacking them, they can at least use their EMPs to maybe disable that enemy ship. Maybe we have some smart targeting there, just like kind of blast EMPs at them. Maybe that'll be enough for our grav drive to come back online. Not that we have an engineer. At the end of the day, the average Joe is going to have to try their best to keep out of danger so they never have to use these weapons. Probably pretty much screwed if they do. I don't know. Like, I guess ex-pilots, ex-military would be a great ship for them to bring their family on. Then, yeah, in which case they would get some weapons. So, enough banter. Let's tear this thing down and put it back together again. And here it is, completely exploded down to just its habitats. As you can see, there's nothing to it. Compared to all the other ships, absolutely nothing to it. We have a storeroom, a 2x2 living quarters, a 2x1 all-in-one berth B, so that it puts the bathroom on the correct side, and then a living quarters. Nothing underneath, nothing above, just one single mass with a cockpit. Quite just simplified. And then we just put all sorts of aesthetic on it. So right about here, we have an Aculander. And then we put an engine off that Aculander. And is that the right one? Frick, I gotta remember where all this goes now. It's so simple, it's confusing me. I don't think I can put those landers on there yet. Well, maybe we could slap some cowlings on. Or some nose caps, right? Nose caps. And then, you know, we have our shield generator, which traditionally goes right about there. And then we can't flip, glitch, and there it goes. We can go ahead and kind of get the other side into place. Yeah, now it's starting to make sense to me. Get a cowling. Get another cowling. This is all aesthetic. It's all aesthetic underneath. Then we get a lander. Yeah, it's starting to come together. Cowling. Lander. We only have 3 landers. The ship is so light. We were able to just straight up tripod it and have it work for us. So, somewhere down here, we just arbitrarily chucker a cargo bay, which I traditionally put right next to the landing bay. Just the idea being that there might be some sort of door here that accesses the cargo compartment. Then they can get in and out of it, right? But we have to hide that under a mid-bracer. Now, can I remember how we hide this under a mid-bracer? Because there's no bottom connection, right? We can't rotate the mid-bracer. This thing can't be rotated or anything. How did I get that into place? I have to remember this maneuver. Okay, yes. It's a tricky maneuver. We basically have to arbitrarily duplicate some habs to give us like a point. You know, it could be anything as long as it has, we can stack it up and put a side connection right there. And then once that's into place, So that cargo bay doesn't have side connections, and this does, which means now we can dupe it up, delete the arbitrary habs, and then boom, our cargo bay is correctly obfuscated, if that's the right word. Sometimes I just like using words for the sake of using words, not knowing if those are the right words to be using. And then yeah, we just check more mid bracers in there. Just check it, cluck in all of those mid bracers. Because why not, right? Talking about mid bracers, we need to put 3 across the top. And again, the mid bracers are great because they don't have bottom connection points. So it means things that we want to merge into them have a hook point at bottom that they can attach to. And most things do. So for example, we can bottom hook that onto there and then dupe it down and then boom, it's in there. And then we grab our grave drive. That's what the goths like to call it. Dupe it down. Now it's hidden in there. And then here's our Demios Docker. Right? We wanted the Demios Docker so that we didn't get ladders inside. And then the Demios Docker also has the ability to flip and be a bottom Docker if we wanted to, which means it can be done the way we're doing it here. Put our mid bracer there. Ooh, ooh, ooh. It will not attach because it wants to be attached to an opening. It will, however, snap in there. And then we can flip, glitch, and then boom. And now it's a Stroud Docker. Which actually, you know, it's weird because it's pretty much all there. It looks right. I just wish we didn't have this flaky flashy going on there. You see that? That's the only downside of this in particular ship design. Continuing right along, we got these stretchamas that snap in here to support the engines. And then we clip the window into here. Flip, glitch. And now we have windows, even though I wish we could flip these around so that like gap was forward and then it would make, you know, more sense. I've done things before where this was in front of a hab and then we could put a window on the front of the hab. And even though the game might not let us do it because it doesn't theoretically clear, it does physically clear, so it looks okay. I wish we could flip those around, but we can't not. Then, of course, right above here, we got our wing. You know, just for a little bit of wingy goodness. And on the wing, we put our freaking little electromagnetic klaxon. And then in front of the wing, we put a fuel tank. We downsized the fuel tanks in this one. It should be obvious to the keen observer. We put our nose caps into place just like that. And then we put these guys into place. Just like that. Oh no, we did it all wrong. Make it go down one. Make it... Oh, I see why that happened. I started with the bottom, and there's no connection to those cowlings, so we gotta start with the top. I guess we could make some of those cowlings mid-bracers or centrals. I don't know. Get the engines into place. She's coming along, bud. Right about there. We put this guy. And you know what? This entire assembly goes right there. And then this entire assembly kind of made this so that it snaps together nicely. And then finally, we have a window that flip, glitch. And we're back to nominal. And of course, this particular vehicle is not for combat. So, what happens if we bring it into combat? Here we are, just flying around the galaxy with our family, minding our own business. And oh no! We get attacked by a Crimson Fleet. Oh no, there's multiple people here! No, what are we gonna do? Well, we're pretty maneuverable. Will our EMPs do anything to this guy? Will it? I guess we're just ordinary people. We have no targeting skills. We have no targeting skills. Oh no. Oh no. Grav drives out. He can't follow us. I think our maneuverability means we're not getting hit so much. This is actually kind of coming as a surprise, even though our shields are whittling down. Now, assuming we have no engineer on board, we have no choice. We have no choice, buds. We need to just... What are we doing out in the 60s Kang system anyway? We're just a normal family. We need to just, oh frick, jump ourselves back to frickin' Freestar space. Oh no. Oh no, we're taking damage. Are we gonna jump in time? Are we gonna jump in time? Oh, snap!
We're here.
Oh boy.
We're going to do a quick scan for contraband and you can be on your way.
We barely made it out of there alive. I didn't hit repair because,
Go ahead and
again,
land.
we're just a normal family ship. We're not, we're like, we don't have a crew there ready to start wrenching on frickin' grav pipes, right? We're just average arseholes. We got attacked by pirates.
Expansion must be very difficult.
I was
for a
arrogant
killer
enough to try to fight them with
a native wildlife
EMPs.
being what it is.
Maybe if it was just one, I could have disabled his vessel. Maybe. But it wasn't just one. It was multiple.
Hey, what can
So
I do
now
for you?
that we have survived that, all we
We're
could do
asking everyone.
is go
You were
here
able to land it, so
and get this guy to fix our ship. And then we're back on our vacation. Assuming our children aren't traumatized now and it's time to head home. But that is the 5 Keplers of the S series. Am I gonna make a video about the R? I might make a video about the R. The R is a piece of crap. But I hope you enjoyed this. I stream on Kick. You can go there and watch the VODs for more content, assuming you get to it in time. Who knows what I'm playing now? When you see this video, like, subscribe, and come back for more.